Any favorite memories or what you are remembering right now of your sister?
She was just an amazing mother to her daughter. She was always there for her, and even my daughter. Since the time my daughter was born, because my daughter was a preemie, and my sister's always been there. If my daughter needed anything, she was there. If it was something I couldn't do, my sister was there. She absolutely loved her family. She was a very family-oriented person, and her friends. If you knew her, you knew how sweet she was, and if she could help you and you need help, she would do it. And her thing was, she loved when it would be someone's birthday or be Christmas or something, and she could find them some kind of great personal gift, like giving gifts to people. That was something she has told me many times she loved doing. If she could give someone something that she knew they would really like, she loved it.
And was there any special gifts that you could share that were memorable over the years that she had given?
I want to say last year for Christmas, it was either last year or the year before, she had she knows I love like ink pens and stuff. I have a whole spot in my purse for ink pens. And she had a custom ink pen made for me with my name on it, and glittery and pink and stuff. And it took a while to get it, but I was like, I love this. And I love that it can, I can change the ink in it and, refill the ink and stuff, and it's not something I'd have to throw away. I absolutely love it. And anytime, if I use it now, I'm like, I think of her.
And is she older or younger?
She's my younger sister. She's about 2 years younger than me.
And growing up, were you guys very close?
We were pretty close, especially, with our cousin. Our mom was a twin. And because she was a twin, we spent a lot of time, with her twin brother and his family. So me and Christina, and then our cousin Elizabeth Bragg, we spent so much time together as children. We grew up basically as sisters rather than cousins. And that, was so great. And I told her, I said, the way we grew up with Elizabeth, I said, that's how Kendall and Rhiannon should grow up. They need to be close. And they absolutely are very close. You can tell, if Rhiannon doesn't want to go to anybody, she'll go to Kendall. She absolutely loves my daughter.
Yeah. And Kendall, could you speak to favorite memories with your aunt and what you'll remember about her?
I remember one time when I missed the bus from school. I think my mom was in the hospital. Chloe was really stressed out. That's what I call her. I couldn't pronounce her name when I was little. She was really stressed out with the baby, but she came all the way to the school to get me. And she won't rude to me. She won't yell at me or nothing. No matter how stressed out she was, she never yelled at me or anything. Like, she was always so nice to me and everybody around her, even if she was going through something.
And what did it mean to you to have that support from her throughout your life?
It was really nice, honestly. Like, if my mom wasn't there for some reason, I could always go to her. She was like a second mom. Basically, she wasn't even my aunt at this point. And yeah, yeah.
And Renee, what is something that you hope that the community remembers about your sister? Could you speak to a favorite attribute of her, or kind of the legacy that she's leaving behind to those lives she's touched?
I had just seen on Facebook where people, like, someone posted in the Living in Lynchburg, that they heard her name on the news and knew that she was in that page, and they were talking about posts she had made. And from seeing that, like, I went on there and commented and told them, that was my sister, and thank you everyone for the prayers. And under my comment, I had over 300 replies to that with people, telling me, oh, I knew her, or I didn't even know her, but I'd seen her on this page, and, talking about how nice she seemed and how sweet she was. And it just truly, made me understand and realize how loved she was by everyone. Like, even people that didn't know her could see stuff she had done and see how much of a good person she was. And it made me feel so wonderful to know that the community actually really cared about her.
And Kendall, kind of the same thing for your aunt. What is the way that you hope that the community remembers her as well?
She wasn't just a victim. She was a mother, and she loved her family, and her family loved her. Like, she did so many things, and I just hope, I don't want her to just be remembered by how she died. Like, she was a good person. She was a great person. And she would do anything to help somebody if she knew they needed help. even if she like couldn't do it, she would try.
And so what is a way that folks can help your family during this time? Could you speak to the GoFundMe and any other ways that you guys could be helped by the community?
We do have a GoFundMe page right now for her. Where, if anyone wants to donate to that, that would be wonderful. We appreciate anything that anyone can do, anyone wants to do to help us.
And can you speak to memories of her as a mother? I know she right now left behind a baby girl, and just the ways that she really emulated love with her child. She loved, like, after she would get off work most days, she would take that baby and they'd go to the park, and she just loved, whether they were on the swings, because the child loved the swings, whether they were on the swings or just walking around the park. She loved, that was one thing. She's like, this is one of Rhiannon's favorite things, and that was like their daily thing. Like, she'd get off work, and not long after that, they'd go to the park. And she was always there for her daughter, no matter what. Kendall, did you have any memories of playing with your cousin as well you wanted to share with?
Yeah, I remember one time we was at the park, and Rhiannon, she got hurt, and I'm pretty sure she like hurt Kui too. And basically, even though Kui was hurt, she was still trying to like make sure Rhiannon was okay, and I'm pretty sure she just scraped her knee, and Kui actually got cut, but she didn't say anything. She didn't be like, ow, that hurts. Like, she worried about her daughter. Like, she loves her.
And could you speak to where the nickname Kui came from?
Oh, when I was little, I couldn't pronounce her name, and so I called her that, and so then, like, when I grew up, I just never stopped calling her that, and people would like refer to her as that around me, and so yeah, her, and then like if there are other kids in my house, they call her that too. So
yeah, all the kids after Kendall have called her Kui, and it's just like, and she was like, I love that. That's my nickname from Kendall, and I love that.
And is there anything going through the weeks to come that you're going to remember, especially about this time, that you can share, or anything that's going to remind you of Christina that you'll hold close to your heart?
I mean, just being able to see her daughter and be with her daughter and see how much her daughter looks like her, how much her daughter acts like her. That's gonna help me, to get through everything, that is gonna be something that's gonna be like, oh, that's something that Christina used to do, or that expression looks like Christina. Any of that that's gonna make me, think of my sister, because my niece looks exactly like my sister. So I'm gonna so much enjoy watching her grow up, to see, to be able to see my sister in her. I want to make sure, she sees pictures and videos of her mom, and she knows her mom loved her. I told Kendall I want to make sure we continually remind her who her mother was, and make sure, because she's so little, I'm afraid she's going to forget, and I'm like, I don't want that to happen. I want to tell you stories. I want to show you videos. I've got videos of her, playing with Rhiannon when Rhiannon was little that she doesn't even know I took. I just took them while they were playing. And I said, I'm glad I did. Now I can show them to her, and everything, so she can remember her mom.
And Kendall, is there any other ways that you'll be remembering your aunt as well?
Can't.
Yeah. Could you kind of share when was the last time you had contact with Christina?
Actually, we spent the weekend with her. Saturday, I messaged her and said, hey, me and a friend of mine are taking the kids to we were supposed to go to Thomas Road to the Kids Cove, but that ended up being closed. I was like, do you want to meet us over there, you and Rhiannon? And she's like, sure, I'll meet you over there. We met over there and ended up going to the Get Air jump park. And we spent Saturday evening with her doing that, and then Sunday afternoon, we went over and saw her Sunday afternoon. And I told my dad, I said, I'm glad we got to spend the last weekend with her. Like, that does make me feel better. Had I not spent that time with her, I wouldn't feel as good about it.
Yeah. And Monday, could you describe any emotions that you were feeling after you found that she had been?
I was just heartbroken and completely in tears, and had to, when the police came in and told me I had to run back and get my dad, I was just like thinking, is this a dream? I'm totally in shock. And then the next thing was, where's my niece? What's going on with her? When can I see her? When can I get her? Is she safe?
And at this point, is she with?
She is not with us yet. We're working to get her. She is still in CPS custody, and we're doing everything we can to be able to get her. Because I know this is, being with me, being with my father, with my daughter. That's where Christina wants her daughter. She's told me several times if something was to happen to her, so she would want her daughter to be with me.
So you guys will be fine to get her back with the family.
We're doing everything we can with CPS and all to, everything they're telling us, this has got to be done, that's got to be done. Everything they're telling us we're doing so we can get her. We did get to go see her today, and that was great.
And can you describe how you're feeling when you got to see her today?
Wonderful. I mean, I was telling my cousin and things last night, when I get to actually see her and hold her, I will feel a little bit better. Because I feel like yes, they've got her somewhere, she's going to be safe, but what's going through her mind? Is she scared? Because she does not talk yet. She is nonverbal now. So, is she scared? What's going on? And I do feel like when we saw her, when we mentioned Christina's name, she kind of started fussing a little and crying. I feel like she knew we were talking about her mother, and she was saying, I know this is my family. Where's my mother? Why is my aunt here and my grandfather and my cousin, but my mother's not here. Where's my mother? And that was, to see that was kind of heartbreaking. To know, she's not going to get to see her anymore. And she's so little, she's not going to understand, why is my mom gone?
And is there anything else that you guys wanted to say to her?